I'm Savvy Mike in this. I am Savvy Mike TV. And something interesting is happening. No Jumper's going broke. And apparently, Math Hoffa and my expert opinion show is going broke as well. Now, I'm finding it hard to understand why even him and Adam can't sustain a good business plan with the shows that they are running. I mean, it seems like all Math Hoffa got to do is hit up a barbershop owner and be like, "Hey, can I use your barbershop for the day?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool. How much?" "Oh, okay, cool. Whatever. Yeah, bet." Like, it seems pretty simple. I don't know what's going on here, but apparently he can't afford his studio anymore. The barbershop, I never knew it was a studio. I always thought it was a barbershop. Like, I literally thought it was a barbershop, but this was a set the whole time. You find out something new every day. Either way, like I said, I don't know. Maybe it was in a barbershop. Maybe he had, like he said, look, I'm going to let Math Hoffa explain it. I didn't watch the full video, so this will be a reaction from a fresh reaction from me as well. So I just got cliff notes, but let's hear what he had.
Eventually, but it wasn't like it was being, it wasn't being shared. We weren't like, she wasn't like, "Yo, sit down, I learned about this today," or whatever. So when the show became super successful, it was like a block clicking for me. You know what I mean? It was like a block clicking for me. And a lot of the deals and the situations that I got involved in weren't sound paperwork wise. Paperwork wise, it wasn't sound. It was more of like, "I trust you, we're gonna do this. I trust you, we're gonna do this." You know what I'm saying? Not really forming contracts and all that. Like, even the guys that that I fired or whatever, and they go around complaining like little bitches and all that shit. But at the end of the day, even the W-9s and all that shit, like, they stuck me with that. You know what I'm saying? All the bread that I was paying them, they stuck me with that. These motherfuckers that they ain't telling you that they got paid. You think they telling the government? You think what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I had to learn in this process, just learning and learning and learning and learning. And this is another thing that I had to learn. This is another thing that I had to learn, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, let's just get to the video. We back. This is a Hemio exclusive. Exclusive. I was inspired to do this. Shout out to Adam. I've seen Adam talking about his financial situation over there and what's going on. I do feel like there is like a war or some sort of war on podcasts right now. Because I know you guys probably been wondering, yo, you guys are not dropping like you.
Hold up. I know I'm smoking. I know I'm smoking, but I ain't that high. Is he reacting to himself? Why he didn't just do all this on camera? So he's dropping the news of him having to get, or him going broke. What? Like, look. Hits blind.
Were before, and MEO's been going through its ups and downs, and I was real hesitant on whether to share certain things with you guys, but fuck it, let's all just keep it real, right? Okay, so here it is. Let's rewind like maybe 2-3 years ago. I acquired the shop, but the way that I acquired it wasn't, me buying it or anything like that. I met the landlord,
So it was a barbershop.
Unfortunately, some people are not
pretty.
They're not, what's the word? They're racist.
Oh, okay.
They're racist. Some people are racist. I was trying to figure out how to say it without, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some people are not enlightened to, you know what I mean? But this dude, like, Nah, he's fucking racist. He's fucking racist. This motherfucker asked me if I wholesale cocaine. Like what? To my face, like, you know, I'm gonna have to see your business records and all that to make sure that you don't wholesale cocaine. I laughed, but I wanted to slap the dog shit out that nigga. I wanted to slap the dog shit out that nigga. First of all, I don't do that no more. I changed my life. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But for you, like, to just to feel that comfortable that you could say some shit like, come on, son. Come on, son. That shit was whack. That shit was whack. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I first met the landlord, he asked me if I was wholesaling cocaine. Forgot I said that.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was dead serious.
He was dead serious. He was dead serious. And, you know, despite him seeing people like Robert F. Kennedy and all these people pull up, there's always been some sort of pushback. There's always been like an issue, or mm-hmm. you know, even up to recently when we've been going through all this stuff, I called him and he pretty much brushed me off. So he's never been interested in actually doing business with me. But because we started here, I felt like it was important to have this shop. So I entered into a situation where I subleased from the person who had it before, right? Now, with this person, you know, don't say no names.
I'm not. I said be careful with what you say.
With this person, you know, what started off and seemed like a good situation, after time, it just became, you know, not good. You know, when you think somebody's like looking out and doing you a favor, that's what it felt like in the beginning. So after a while, I realized, like, oh, hold on. Certain shit just, like, even the impression that the landlord had about me.
Yeah.
Where that came from.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? And then later on, I'm learning, like, you were supposed to hold the lease for a certain amount of time, so you couldn't really shift all that. You was going to owe money. And this guy, you know, slumlord, he was definitely going to penalize it. Ain't no way he was going to be like, you know what, you can have the money or whatever. Nah, that nigga was going to penalize it. So it was probably in her best interest for me to do it through her.
Yeah.
So now I'm paying her with the good faith of thinking she's paying him. And she's taking care of all the shit. Well, y'all see. Hold on. And I would get these bills for things that didn't make sense, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the kicker. So I got a bill one time for electric. Mm-hmm. And I looked at it and I was like, this is impossible. Mm. Bruh, the fucking electric bill was like $7,000. And we shot like 10 episodes last month. So we only been in the shop 2 times this month, right? I'm gonna come back to that. The landlord always had an issue with us not being here
during the day, like
not being like not running the shop or whatever, not making. Yo, so this nigga used to be mad, like, why y'all not in the shop? Every time I come here, the shop is closed. Mostly we would shoot at night until we started shooting like during the day or whatever, blah blah blah. But the shop would be shut down if we not shooting. Like, if we knocked out 4 episodes in 1 week, right? That's 2 weeks worth of work. So we might not have to shoot until maybe the end of next week. But if we knocked out like 8 episodes in 1 week, we out for the month. We be going for the month. And this nigga would be complaining that the shop is not open. I'm like, why are you complaining? And then trying to play I think they're doing something illegal. What you mean we doing something illegal? Cause why is the barbershop why is it never open? Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to why. Now I found out why this nigga kept saying that. Chat, what you think? What y'all think it was? Nah, bro, we stopped with the barber shit. For one, there was a couple occasions where, a guest would move the time, and I didn't like telling the barbers that they couldn't, you had an appointment, you got to cancel that and I didn't like doing that. But the thing that really fucked me up is the barbers would have their friends in the shop, and their friends would be sitting in the barber chairs, fucking them up. I don't know what these niggas was doing with these chairs. I don't know what they was doing with the chairs. We walked in one day to shoot an episode. Mac sat in his chair and the shit just fell over. Nigga almost broke his neck. And nobody ain't say nothing. Nobody ain't say, yo, one of the chairs broke, this, that, and the third. We would just walk in and be like, yo, what the fuck happened to the chair? So after a while, I was like, man, fuck that. Get the barbers out of here, because I don't know what they doing. Not keeping it as a barbershop or whatever, and that was even a threat to the lease. Like, yo, this is supposed to be a barbershop. So the chick that I was subleasing from would start sending me shit like, yo, this nigga's gonna he's gonna try to evict us, or he's gonna take me to court off of this. And highlighted in the lease, it says the purpose of the shop was a barbershop. She's sending me this little clip of it saying that the intention of this shop is supposed to be a barbershop, but with commercial businesses, just like a mixed use. It's still a barbershop. It's just we're shooting the podcast in the barbershop. But you can't tell a nigga, yo, because, y'all don't got this shit open and barbers is cutting people's hair, that this ain't a barbershop. It's still a barbershop. You walk into the motherfucker, you look around, it looks like a fucking barbershop, don't it? I'm gonna come full circle with all this shit, right? So this electric bill, which continue to grow and get sky high. Peep this, y'all. And I refuse to pay it because it didn't make no sense. Something was wrong. Mm-hmm. But, I'm stuck in between the war that's going on between these two people, right? So, the person I lease from decides, fuck it, I'm gonna cut the shit. But she don't tell me nothing. That's the ill part. She don't tell me nothing. Nothing. Come to find out, the day that she cut the power here, what y'all think happened? It also cut the power in different areas in the building.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So now the super is like, yo, what's up with the electricity? The power here. It also cut the power in 2 years, mm-hmm. without a problem. It's just, you keep coming up with these extra numbers, and I'm like, is she scamming me? Like, what's going on? Come to find out, the day that she cut the power here, it also cut the power in different areas in the building.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So now the super is like, yo, what's up with the electricity? What's going on? Da 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 da. And that's not even supposed to be like this. There's rooms, there's a basement, there's mm-hmm. people with no power. Mm-hmm. Somehow that bill or the power source was rigged to other places in this building. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're out of power. We can't shoot in here. You know mm-hmm. what I'm saying? I'm taking the steps to bruh. The electricity from the shop mm-hmm. run into the basement, facts. Run into other apartments, run into different spots in the building. So this is why this nigga was always beefing about niggas not being in the shop. Cause if we not there and that bill come,
How are you gonna explain that?
just like I knew where the fuck this shit come from. We ain't been in here. And then telling us, yo, you gotta pay for that. Take legal action against the situation, but it's tough. I can't turn the power back on because I need a lease. And if the lease is through this person, I'm so and they're not in communication. It's like, we've been stuck.
Tough spot.
We've been stuck. And it's tough for me because, bro, I got so many memories in this place. But if I gotta let it go, I gotta let it go. But I know this is wrong. What was done is wrong, and I want to fight. So if any of y'all knows the laws of New York City and how I can fight this the right way, get in contact with me. And if there's any barbershops out there that's like, yo, if you want to use our space, holla at us or whatever. Maybe we go on a barbershop tour. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we go on a barbershop tour.
I think that sounds like a good idea and plan, because that's clearly what needs to happen now. These niggas are tripping. Whoever these niggas you was leasing from and working with, they on some other shit. $7,000 for an electricity bill. Are you fucking crazy? That's insane. What? And you want me to pay it? Yeah, math. You gotta find you a different barbershop, bro. Maybe you should just rent the space out from a certain barbershop that you like. You like the way it's done, and it's already a barbershop. So just be like, all right, we need it from this time to this time. You'd be like, all right, cool, y'all got it. Y'all can have it from that time to that time, and whatever happens after that happens, you can pay for whatever, and just move on. Cause yeah, there's no point in working with these folks now. Do I think Buddy's a racist? Well, clearly, he assumed Math Hoffa was a drug dealer. So clearly, he had a tin of racism in him, of course, of course. But hey man, I think I don't know. I'm like, well, they think it was supposed to be a barbershop, or they wanted him. I assume that the people that he was leasing from knew about what he was doing there. Like, I do interviews here. I run a podcast here. I'm not doing a barbershop. And then when he did have it as a barbershop and had people cutting hair in there, it was fucking the shit up. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, well, you should have just made it a barbershop for real. And he did. And it was fucking, oh yeah, no. Once that happens too for me, once Buddy fell out of the chair, it would be like, yeah, it's a wrap. Get these niggas up out of here. Get these niggas up out of here. So yeah, he's in a sticky situation. He's not in Adam's situation for sure. And I don't think Math Hoffa's going broke, but I mean, clearly he is having problems with having a set. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it should be that hard to find a barbershop where you can film your podcast at. You just have to make sure whenever you're going, or if you got an interview set or whatever, it's time, because that's the barbershop. Niggas got to make their bread. So you want to make sure you could at least accommodate that as well. So it's not a hard thing to figure out, to be honest. I think Math Hoffa could get through this. And yeah, honestly, I just say fuck these niggas, whoever these niggas are. $7,000 electricity bill. Are you fucking crazy? You fucking insane? That's wild to pin on one person. Yeah. Either way, let me know what y'all think about it in the comments below. Do you have a barbershop for Math Hoffa to go to? He would love to talk to you right now. Anyways, I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.